Hello, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining Mama G's Coffee Corner this morning. So, hopefully, you got your coffee and you got your tea or whatever it is that jazzes you up and gets you going for your day. So, thank you so much for coming in and joining me. Hello, Tamara. Welcome. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Mary June Tracy. I am a psychic medium. I'm a spiritualist. Ooh, a love of life, a coach of love and life, and a astrologer, budding astrologer. I think I'm going to go with an intuitive astrologer. I like that. I like being called an intuitive astrologer because I tap into the energies and I take a look. I'm too blissful to slap anyone. That is good. See? Okay, Tamara is too blissful today, so that is awesome. Uh, let's tune in to Candace. How is Candace doing today? And Tanya. Good morning. Tanya's here too. So, how are you guys all feeling today? I've had a couple emails already or texts this morning of people wanting to know what the fuck's going on with all the energies. I need a cigarette. Emotional. Yeah, it's it here I'm just going to get everybody in here because I'm on Facebook also, so thank you guys for being patient with me. So Debbie and Lynn and Brenda, oh, thanks guys for coming in, and anybody else who's joining me and watching the replay. I'm back to vaping, so the rock vapes, I don't know if you guys knew that. My Archangel Michael vapes. So, hey, okay, you guys are in good company. I want to slap somebody. Lynn is going to slap somebody. Oh my God, we're on a roll today. I may need another cup of coffee. I had a big one too today. They gave me a big one. So I walked in. I went into my Starbucks and she goes, "Oh, you need a venti." And I got a venti. So, and she purchased art supplies. Oh, good for you. So getting into that jazzy type of feeling. So we're tweaking right now. Things are tweaking. Uh, the moon's in Leo and the sun is in Taurus. Venus is off the square, which is saying, thank God, because I just want to be by myself and I want to be able to process what's going on. So she's off by herself. She's trying to work this out. Mars is almost out of Gemini. So we have this little tweaking that's going on. And the thing is that even though with that moon and sun, and they're coming into the opposite, and the moon will be going into Sagittarius or Virgo, not Sagittarius, Virgo as of Sunday. So this energy that's coming in can be conflicting for some people. And it could be where you might have some doubts or fears because of it. This energy, we came out of a moon Cancer. So Cancer, I mean, the moon, Cancer rules the moon. So Cancer is, sometimes has doubts. For what I have noticed with Cancers, they wear their heart on their sleeve. They are who they are, but they always have doubts. Am I doing the right thing? Am I pleasing you? Because they can feel everything, right? They're very empathic. And now we have this Leo coming out. And Leo says, too bad that you feel that way. Get out there, right? Let's get you out there. Let's get you out on stage. Let's get you going there. And of course, this Taurus energy is coming in, and it's like, are you sure you want to do that? Do you have everything in place? I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't be doing that right now because that doesn't look like the right thing to do. This isn't what we should be doing. And, and the Leo is the energy's coming in, this internal is saying, but I don't care if you haven't practiced. I don't care if you don't want to do it. Just get out there. Do it. And you're like, I don't want to do it. Taurus is boring with their grounding crap. But that's the energies that we're going to be in for some time right now. Is the grounding crap, is getting into it, is going to, this energy that's coming in and saying, how do you want to do what you want to do? Right, me, Taurus. Candace is not liking Taurus right now. And this energy is making us go forward. This morning, and I gotta love, because I have on my Word, I don't know if you guys have on Word, there's a dictaphone, right? So I can talk instead of typing, right? Because sometimes my brain goes faster than my fingers and then my hands fall asleep. Anyways, so I do a dictaphone. So and there's no punctuations, there's no capitals. So, and I was going through a lot for what I want to do on my day retreat. And a lot is coming in. A lot is coming in around the subject about, to give some clarity from at least a lens about how we deal or understand who we are as priestesses or goddesses, or, that word is, is right now being used quite a lot. And, having that archetype. And she doesn't belong. The thing is that being that of a priestess, she doesn't belong to anyone. She doesn't belong. And I think that's, when I was thinking about it and when I was receiving some of this energy and information, it's like Venus, wanting to be controlled by Saturn or being controlled by Pluto or anybody else. I mean, she is that goddess. She's that feminine energy out there, along with the moon. But she does not. She does not want to be controlled. She doesn't want to be owned. So long in our lives, we have been owned in some way. We've been enslaved in doing and thinking and being a certain way in our life, and how we are to be portrayed. Now, these energies that are coming in are saying, but why are you doing that? The bullshit rules. We have our truths. There are truths, but it's to get to those truths. And it's funny, one of the things was, integrity came out today. And it's getting into our integrity, overcoming the B rules, which are the bullshit rules. And looking at it within our own consciousness and collective consciousness. And looking at how we characterize this all within our own lives. And the energy of integrity is I trust my ability to know what is true for me. What is your truth? This is what this energy is coming in. And it's like, you got to be in your body, whether you like it or not. And you got to be grounded in the here and now, whether you like it or not, in order to find out what your integrity is. Because you got to walk the walk, right? You got to be in that energy. You got to be in that self of looking at your relationships with others and with your own self. Exactly. So Tamara, she's been so, like really feeling that, definitely. And it would be in a wise woman to find that mothering part with our inner love. You get the picture of where you want to express yourself and what you see within the world around you. And we're heading into Mother's Day, right? And the energies of mothers. We're heading into this energy of looking at the collective as a whole. So when we're looking at this collective energy, I'm not going to follow these notes because I'm going to get scattered here. As we're looking into the collective of who we are and our truths of who we are, we got to hold the good and the bad. We got to hold that polarity. We live in a polarity world, whether you like it or not. You can ascend and you can take whatever drug and ascend and do whatever you want out here. But when you come down on this earth walk, you got to walk the walk. This is what this energy is coming in. This energy of us being the priestess. The priestess is not owned, as I said. The priestess is how we come and show up and how we show up with our integrity to our life. And that's our truth. That means understanding that there is unjust in this world. There isn't equal rights for everybody in this world. There are children that go to bed starving. There are women and men that get beaten and enslaved. That's the truth. In understanding that truth, we can hold the love. And sometimes, more than sometimes, it's a hard one. Because we like to stay over here in the lovey-dovey and go to this higher up and be in this higher up and be there. We want to be up here in this higher up place up here, right? Because it's nice. It's airy-fairy. I don't have to look and I don't have to deal. I don't have to be. The energies are coming in and saying you got to look at it, because in order to change it, you got to recognize it. If you don't recognize it, we can't change it. And the energies that are coming in are like, it's like a pressure cooker, compressing us and saying, this is what we need to start doing for humanity. It's a big job. And you're like, oh my God, I can't even figure out how to get my 2-year-old dressed in the morning or get myself out of bed. You're talking to me about humanity and looking at my own, about the world around me. How you do it is through your daily practice of love of self. How do you love you on a daily practice? How do you take you into consideration on a daily practice? How do you bring in your integrity on a daily practice? That's where it starts. Because this truth we are trying to figure out that there has been a lot of things in our world that are unjust, and how in many areas being portrayed, and women being portrayed and men being portrayed. So I'm going to put us all together as men and women, because I have a lot of men who are starting to come into their divine feminine and recognize that beautiful energy they have, but they just don't understand it because they have been told not to listen to it, just as much as women have been told not to listen to it. We've been programmed through our upbringing, through our society, to be drones. You see that within social media on how you should look, how you should act, what you should say, what you should not say. To be politically correct, have respect for that person. Don't down them. Don't give them the odd look or the funny look. But this is where integrity comes in, and knowing, well, what is my truth with all of this? And this is looking at our own patterns, and this is looking at how we are coming into form. Now, with this Leo energy, and I love Leos, I do. My father was a Leo, is that they are, get out there, let's take action, let's be seen, let's do it. For a lot of you, it's like, ooh, that means, and I'm bringing out the heart. The heart has to come in. The heart, we're more common to me than we realize. The heart, the chains have to come off. To be in our integrity, we have to take the chains off our heart. That means that when people say things, we don't take it to heart. We look at it and we say, we understand. When somebody's shooting things, or it feels like they're shooting things at us, we have to understand, fine, I don't have to take it. I don't have to take your ill will. I don't have to take your discrimination or your doubt or your fear. That's yours. That's when we open our heart. That's when we become, vulnerable and we become open. It's like the Lover card. When I see the Lover card, the two of them in in the tarot, they're naked. The man and the woman are naked. They're vulnerable to each other because there's nothing there. I mean, when you're standing there naked, right? When you come out of the shower, it's here I am. I'm not covering up. And that's where we're heading into. We got to start heading into the integrity. When we step into our integrity, when we step into that vulnerability of who we are, we're stepping into that love of the priestess. We're stepping into that love where Venus wants to come in and hold us and say, hey, let's step out and be honest with what's going on. Because when we start to be grounded, when everybody starts to be grounded, when you are grounded, then you are aware of what is going on. Boom. And you're like, oh, okay. I'm noticing that there's things in this world that I don't like, or there's something going on in my neighborhood that just doesn't feel right. Or I know that there's something going on with my children and I just does not feel right. You're coming into your truth. That means now, remember yesterday and the day before, I showed you the card, the crystal angel card, where you got to have faith because we don't see what's on the other side. They're not showing us this whole picture. They're saying you got to trust us and trust your integrity and trust your intuition with this. But we don't, it's like, oh, wow, I don't know. I was told I got to see it. It's got to be on Facebook before I believe it. This is it. This is this energy, and the pressure cooker of this, it's coming in and it's coming in and it's coming in. It's like a degree. So if you ever look at for even Pluto to move a degree because it takes about 84 years to get around the sun. So when it does this big loop, now it did the loop that it was very close to the sun. Now it's going way out. It's going way out. And as it goes way out here, it's getting more into the darkness before it loops around. It'll take a while before it loops around. May not be in our lifetime. Probably won't. It will not be in our lifetime. But as it loops around and into the darkness, we got to be the light. We got to be the light in our world. That means when somebody is coming in and pushing our buttons, it's understanding that, okay, they got things going on. I know I do. But I don't have to take all of their crap. I don't have to do all of their, whatever it is that's coming on with them. And that's okay. Got to understand that through all their layers, they have light too. But many times we don't want to see it, or we don't believe it, or because our heart is chained. When we undo the heart, when we undo the chains and we undo the shackles, we open it up. Now, the thing is that with love, everybody's like, oh my God, I'm going to get hurt and I don't want to undo it because that last asshole is a fucking bastard and blah, 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 blah. Right? So the thing is, that's not love. Love is standing in your power, standing in your truth, standing in your understanding, standing in with that enthusiasm, with your passion and compassion. That's what love is. Love isn't ooey gooey wooey dooey stuff. That's nice, with the butterflies, and that's wonderful. But true love is coming in with that discernment of understanding the truth. A mother stands in her love by saying, no, you can't have another 20 cookies. That's grandma's job. But a mother comes in and she stands there and she says, no, that's not what I'm doing right now. No, this is not what we're going to do. That's what a mother does. A mother comes in and she comes in with this love of boundaries, of perimeters, of saying, no, it's not a good idea to go play in the middle of the road. A mother comes in and says, no, this is dinner time and we're eating right now. Mother comes in and says, okay, you got to get up out of bed. We got to get going. Even though they're kicking and screaming and saying, I don't love you. I don't want this. I don't want to do this. She stands there with her love. I get it. But that's what we do when we step out of the door to the rest of the world. Because you, me, all of us here, and all of those who listen to this replay, we are all mothers of this world. We are all keepers. We are all educators. We got to stand there with those boundaries and say, you know what, when you see something, not turning the blind eye. How many people walk past the homeless person sitting on the street because you don't want to see that? Or the person when you're at the stoplight and you're like, oh, I hope they don't come to my window. I hope they don't come to my window. Truth is, your integrity is to recognize that person, because that person is a human being. That person was a baby. And their mother held them. And there was a time, maybe it was just minute within their life, that they were truly loved. But truth is, we as humanity turn our blind eye. We don't want to see it. We want to keep safe. We want to keep safe in our world. We want to put the shackles up around us. And the energies are coming in and saying, you know what, it's time to change. Uranus is in Taurus, and it's like, you want disruptions? It's disrupting. You might not see it, but it's happening on a very background way, and things are unfolding. Things are unfolding. And things are coming out and being seen. And sometimes we don't want to see that. We don't want to see, we don't want to watch the news. How many of my clients tell me they don't want to watch the news because I don't want that negativity in my life? I'd say watch the news at least once. See what's happening in your world. Because in watching it, in understanding it, and bringing it into your realm doesn't mean that you take it on. It means that you send it love. You might not have money for that person knocking on your window at the light, but you can say, you know what, I'm going to just send you some love today. That's all I can do. I'm sorry. Ho'oponopono. That's all I can do. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you. Ho'oponopono. That's all I can do for you today. You don't like what's on the news. Ho'oponopono it. Send it the love. Because that's what it comes down to with the integrity. That's the practice. That's what we do. Someone's pissing you off. Why are they pissing you off? There's something there inside of you that they triggered. There's something there within the shackles of your heart they triggered. And you got to open it up. And you may not. And the thing is that you may not like it. It's like, I don't want this freaking shit today. I want everything to go my way. I want everything to be peaceful. I want everything to be good. I don't need that little person over there's crap on my table today. I don't need that person in line and that crying baby. But when we come into our discernment, and this is where this energy and where Leo comes in and says, get out there. There's no dress rehearsal. Be in your integrity, be in your love. That means recognizing it and then saying, okay, yeah, I'm really pissed off today. What can I do about it? I'm recognizing that within me. And when I recognize it within me, I can change it. I can say, okay, you know what? Yeah, it was pretty hard getting out of bed today, and I need to take a little bit slower pace today. Today I need to honor myself and drink some more water. Today I need to go get a booster juice and just allow for that, to get the greens in my body. That's what I need instead of another cup of coffee. I'm going to honor myself. That's what it means. And when I honor myself, I honor all the other priestesses in this world, because that's who we all are. And we stand up into that love, into that integrity. Is it an easy job? No, it's not. That's why it's called a practice. It's every day. Do we fall some days? Oh, God. I crash and burn quite a lot. I blow up, many times, and I think my best teacher is my husband, because we can butt heads. He's a Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio. We can butt heads very easily. Say one word the wrong way, the volcano erupted. But we got to understand, at the end of the day, we still come back to our truth of how we love one another and we care for one another, as much as we piss each other off, right? And it can get pretty intense, right? So this is coming in, and even on June 22nd, and I'm going to put it out there because I'm getting downloads for this day, and for those who want to sign up for it, it is a day. Bring your friend and split the cost. So basically, it's $87 each to come in for that day and let us step into an understanding what it is to look at our shadow side and hold it. Look at our shadow side and hold it. Because many times we don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at my shadow side. My shadow side is lazy. My shadow side is bitchy. She's lazy and bitchy. She doesn't want to do things. That's part of my shadow. But I look at it and I got to hold it and I got to love her, because it's in there that I got to grab my inner strength. I got to grab in. Why is she being bitchy? Why is she being lazy? And take the humility with it to walk through the threshold. And that's what we do. And even with all of the training that I have, and I would, one time I was going to become a psychologist, and for whatever reason, it didn't turn out. But I became a psychologist in a different way, in doing what I do, and educating and self-educating myself. Now many times my ego steps in and says, well, you can't be able to tell people that, because you know what? You need that little piece of paper on the wall. And I was talking to a client yesterday, and she's like, oh my God, do I need to take it? No, you don't need to take any more courses unless you want to. You don't need to unless you want to. And I get it that, to work in a medical field and stuff like that, yes, I do need it, because that is the way society is. But I don't always go with the status quo. It's just not my thing. Never has been. So today, each day is a new day that's never been born or lived before. Take this day with your integrity and witness your life. Witness what is happening in your world. Witness when you go downtown, or witness when you go for a walk. Rebels of love. Witness that within our world. Witness it. When you witness it, and maybe you can't, it's like, well, I can't feed all the mothers and the babies in the world. Well, no, we're not asking you to, but we're asking you to witness it, to notice the truth and send it the love. That's what we're asking. Because when you turn a blind eye to it, then it just continues on. But when you witness it, when you allow yourself to witness that which is not what you like to see within this world, when you turn a blind eye to the news, and yes, some of it is propaganda and rhetoric and shit that goes on, and it's hard to figure out what the truth is. But that's when you see it and you're saying, you know what, I'm going to send that love. Whatever it is, I'm going to send it love. Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono is such a very strong, powerful way of being, because it's taken 100% responsibility for you and this world, because we are a part of this world in our diversities and our differences, and in all the little inconsistencies, if I said that right, within us and within others around us. You may not agree with their political views. You may not agree with their religious views, but they don't agree with you. But that doesn't mean you can't come with integrity and love in listening and just sending love. Like just doing that. That's a big part. Because a lot of times it's like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I can love that person. Send them Ho'oponopono. Or in that forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the greatest things. Forgiveness is giving you the freedom. It's not getting the person off the hook. If you've gone through a life of sexual abuse or some form of abuse in your life, I'm not saying it's easy to let those abusers off. We're not saying to let those abusers off, but what we're saying is that you don't have to hold into that energy anymore. You can back off and you can forgive them. And when you forgive, that's the freedom. That means that you begin to love. You begin to see them in a new way. You begin to understand, not as an excuse, but as an understanding of why things happen, why the person did this. And I always said that to my kids. They'd come home and they say, oh my God, this kid is blah, blah, blah. They're so stupid. I said, do you know where they came from? Do you know what's happening in their house? Do you know if they had breakfast this morning or not? They're like, wow. Don't judge. Don't just least be judged, right? So don't judge. It's, that's part of our discernment. That's part of what this energy is coming in. And I know it's intense and I know you want to go away and hide. I've been wanting to hide myself. I'm like, I've been watching my little Acorn TV, watching my British shows and making up excuses. But as my lovely Dr. Wayne Dyer says, excuses be gone. So today, just for today, take a little bit of time, understand, drink some water, go get a booster juice. Somebody is really bothering you and you want to slap them or punch them in the throat. Take a step back. Maybe you need some mugwort tea. Go have a cup of mugwort tea. Maybe you need to, maybe there's something there that you need to go by the water and let go, release. It's fire today. The moon is in fire. Burn something. Write it down. Put it in. Take your cauldron. Every woman needs a cauldron. And burn it. Have you sage today? I don't know if my flame is going out. Oh, no, it's still there. So here. Let us sage. Have you saged? Have you done your prayers today? Your gratitudes? Take a moment and do them. I'm so happy and grateful now that, what? What are you so happy and grateful for? I am loving, caring, beautiful, sexy, scrumptious. I am a priestess. And what are you? What are you a priestess of? A priestess of love, of a mother, of a daughter, of a sister, of an aunt, of an uncle, of a father. So look at it today and honor. Know that you are being navigated through the jungles of this world right now. And you have to trust that your divine, your God and your goddess are bringing you through this all and into the light. And through it, yeah, there's some big trees that might fall in your way and that you might stumble and you might fall and you might scrape your knee. Truth. Another truth, you got that inner strength and you got that bounce back spring on your ass that's going to pop you back up. That's going to put a Band-Aid on that scrape and get you going again, even though you paused for a moment and took that time to just breathe, and that's fine. Honor it. Today, sending you out so much love. Tonight is my haunted tour. Thank you for everybody who's coming tonight. It's sold out. My next one is on the 18th that we're doing in the Beltane, the Beltline. The Beltline in Calgary here. So we're going to take a walk around and then we're going to go to Uno Pizza and Wine and have a little reading and a chat. So that is on the 18th. It's a Saturday. So we have that coming up. And then on June 22nd is my retreat. And you're interested, you want to come, let me know, and we're going to make arrangements for it all. So sending you guys out so much love and joy and peace today. May the Lord and Lady watch over and bless you in all that you do, in all that you say, and all that you be. Go out there and be that shining light you all are. Blessed be everybody. Bye-bye.